Welcome to the Dead Shaft Delight plastic and kit assembly video. What you see in front of you here is all the parts included with the kit. Let's go ahead and get those out of the way so we can get started. For the first step, you need to attach the pulley to the weapon motor. You see a little set screw there. That goes in the pulley and tightens onto the shaft of the motor. A little pro tip, if you take a Dremel and make a flat spot on the weapon shaft, you'll get a little bit better grip on the shaft than just tightening down to the round shaft. Once the pulley's mounted on the weapon motor, we want to go ahead and mount the motor in the chassis. Make sure you wrap the belt around the pulley first before you put it in the chassis. The motor mounts in the chassis with four M3 screws. You put them in using the access holes in the side of the body to attach them to the mount inside. The easiest way to do it is get the first screw in a little bit loose and then put in the second screw to get everything aligned, and then go ahead and put in screw 3 and 4 and tighten them down. When done properly, the wires will be exiting straight out the back, as you can see here. From here, we're going to go ahead and mount the charge jack. The charge jack is your power switch for the robot. You want to take the little ring off it, which is called a jack nut, place the charge jack through the chassis, and then screw it back on. Do it hand tight, and then I like to grab a needle nose and make it nice and snug. Now, the way the charge jack works is when the plug is in, the robot's off. When you remove the plug, the robot is on. From here, we'll move on to installing the drive mounts on the chassis. There's one for each side. Each side's held in with four plastite screws. Plastites are a self-drilling screw, specializing in plastic. So go ahead and pop the first one in, and then leave that a little loose. Get the second one in to align it, and drop in screws 3 and 4, and then repeat the process for the other side. Once the drive mounts are mounted to the chassis, we can move on to some of the wiring. You want to take the XT30 connector that came with the kit and plug it into your drive ESC. Then grab a lever clamp and start wiring your power. The red wire from the charge jack will go in the first slot, followed by the red wire from the drive ESC, and finally the red wire from the weapon ESC. Now you can grab the second lever clamp and do the same with the black wires. Charge jack, followed by the drive ESC, and followed by the weapon ESC. We're going to go ahead and get the drive motors ready and to attach the connectors from the drive ESC. On the drive ESC, you'll find two pairs of drive leads. One's called the inner pair, that's the one in the middle next to the capacitor. The other's the outer pair. For the left-hand boner, you'll use the inner pair with the red wire going to the positive tab on the drive motor and the black wire going to the other tab. Now the connectors are added to the ESCs for convenience of installation so you don't have to solder. As with all things fighting robots, soldering is the first skill you should acquire to make sure they don't get knocked off or vibrate off in the middle of a fight. But for the sake of beginners and people that don't want to solder on the first day, we do have the connector option. When you put in the left-hand drive motor, make sure you run the JST connector from the charge jack underneath it. That will plug into your battery later on in the installation. Make sure to note the orientation of the motors. Both the left and the right motor in this kit are mounted in a flat position. Now when you go to mount the right hand motor, you'll use the other two leads from the drive ESC, the outer pair, but the way you attach them is flip-flopped. The black lead goes on the positive tab and the red lead goes on the other tab. And just like the left motor, you'll install them into the drive mount using two of the M2 4mm screws. Now the drive motors are mounted. We can go ahead and plug in the receiver. Now channel 1, you're going to plug the single yellow wire. Channel 2 is the three wire plug from the drive ESC. Channel 3 is the 2 wire plug from the weapon ESC. They'll plug in as shown on the picture above here to the left. Before we move on to arranging all the wires, getting everything packed in, we first need to test the direction the weapon motor is spinning. On a vertical spinner, you want it to spin upward. With a brushless motor, there's 3 wires that connect to it. If you connect all 3 and it fire it up and it spins the wrong way, all you have to do is swap 2 of the wires and it will change direction. So to test it, we go ahead and plug in the battery to the JST connector and then connect all 3 motor leads to the weapon motor. Once those are connected, make sure there's nothing in the way of the motor spinning, and go ahead and grab your remote, turn it on, make sure the throttle is in the bottom position. Pull your plug out to turn on the robot, and then move the left stick up and down to see which way the motor's spinning. If it's spinning forward, that's wrong. You need to swap 2 plugs as we're doing here. When you swap these 2 plugs, it will change the direction to the opposite way it was spinning, and it will spin backwards towards you, which makes the weapon spin up. I like to just kind of rub my finger on the top of it as it's turning and feel which direction it's going. It's a pretty easy way to check. Once that's done, you can power off the robot, power off your remote. Now we can move on to putting the bearings in the weapon drum. You press them in with your hand. They may take a little bit of force. It's a press fit, but it shouldn't take too much force. Once they're done, it'll look like the drum that's about to magically show up with the bearings already in. So to install it, you take the lock nut off the weapon shaft bolt, and you take the pulley or the belt, loop it around the pulley that's part of the weapon drum, insert the shaft through one side, pop it out the other, tighten down the lock nut. You don't want to crank the lock nut down all the way to the point that it impedes the rotation of the shaft. You just want to tighten it down enough so it's getting into the nylon that locks it from moving. I just like to use 2 pairs of pliers because I always have pliers sitting around. You can also use wrenches or sockets, whatever is your preference. Now we can go ahead and get all the wires packed away. It's a lot of stuff in a small space, so there's a particular order that works quite well. You put the receiver in front of the left-hand drive motor with the connectors towards the left-hand drive motor. The battery goes in behind the right-hand motor with the wires to the right. The drive ESC is behind the left-hand motor, and the weapon ESC packs in on top of the right-hand motor, with the remaining wires going to the left of the lever clamps, which are stacked on top of the receiver. There's a picture at the top left of what it should look like when you're done. Once that's done, you can go ahead and put the lid on and attach it with the 632 1.5 screws and the corresponding lock nuts. These, much like the weapon shaft, I'm a big fan of using the pliers on my desk, and so I will put them in with the proper hex key and then just use a pair of pliers to lock them down. You could use, again, ratchets, wrenches, whatever floats your boat. Now that the lid's on, we can move on to attaching the wheels and tires. First thing you're going to want to do is put the foam wheel on the twist hubs. I like to do it on the table so I can just go ahead and press the foam wheel right onto the hub. Makes it a little easier. I use a pair of needle nose. You can also use the twist key included with the kit. Just push down, turn, and it will snap into place. It's held in simply by the pressure of the foam wheel. Do the same for the other wheel. Once you get those on, when you look on the back of the wheel assembly, there's a square nut. The square nut is where the set screw lives that attaches it to your drive motor shaft. So when you go to attach it, make sure the drive motor shaft has the flat side up or you're screwing down the set screw. That's the proper way to attach it. Now that that's done, you have completed the assembly of your dead shaft to light kit, and you are ready for your first fight.